friends. Happy Saturday. Hello. Please excuse any noises you hear in the background. I have my dishwasher going because I forgot to run it earlier, and it is the loudest friggin' thing. We are going to get Amy in just a second. Because today's stream is going to be with not only me, but Amy Prokopis, who is an indie author here on the YouTubes. And she's going to join in just a second. There she is. Hello, Phoebe. Welcome to the stream. Let me quickly yell at the internet that we're live. We're live. Come and join. Bing, boom. Done. I also have food in front of me because I did not time manage properly. I was reading and I totally got lost in my life. I bought this new, it's not a little while ago. I bought a coffee creamer that is it's new, I think. Starbucks is like pumpkin spice one, but it's non-dairy. Thank God for my lactose intolerant ass. And I've now taken to using it in my hot chocolate as well because I have hot chocolate Keurig pods. Very excited. And it's absolutely divine. Highly recommend. Amy, are you having issues getting through the link? Do you need me to send you a new one? Because I can. Let me know. But those of you who are watching, what are y'all going to be working on today? Where she is. Just as I take a bite. Oh no. What are y'all going to be working on today? Hello.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. That took me a minute. That's swear okay. I was clicking on the link and it kept opening it up to my own account. It was the weirdest thing. But I'm here.
StreamYard.
Thank you for letting me join.
Of course. This is exciting.
This is exciting. This is the first time I've joined somebody else's writing stream. So this is fun.
Very exciting. Can you hear my dishwasher right now?
I cannot. Can you hear mine?
No. Okay, good.
Oh my gosh, because mine is also going.
Oh, loudest appliance known to man. Holy frig.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And if you don't put the dishes in there just right, they rattle around.
Yep. And then they like 80% of the time it just like decides it's like, you're not gonna get clean dishes today. And I'm like, come on, it's your job.
Oh no, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Dishes take so much time if you have to do them by hand too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's the most annoying thing when you open up your dishwasher and suddenly you're like, oh, I have to actually do dishes now. Oh no.
Oh, it's the worst. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Phoebe is currently reading A Far Wilder Magic. Ooh. That's exciting. I've heard good things about that one. I heard that one's really like autumnal. What are you reading, Amy, at the moment?
Oh my gosh. So I'm kind of like on an indie kick. I've been reading a bunch of books by other self-published authors. So I'm reading Emily Blackwood's book, House of Lies and Sorrow right now. It's the beginning of her newest series. It's very A Court of Thorn and Roses. If you like that.
I think I've heard of that one on TikTok. I think I've seen that one a couple of times.
Yes. It's one of those books that blew up and went viral, and now she has like grown enough that she just quit her day job, and I'm super jealous.
Oh man, I don't even know that. It's
really nice. So I picked up her book.
I didn't even know that was like a possibility.
I know, right? I can only imagine how like exciting and also overwhelming that had to feel.
I wonder
Oh
if
my
she has like
gosh.
a partner that helps out with bills and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
have to be making bank to be able
Yeah.
to like take care of
Do it by
yourself.
yourself. Yeah. That would be so hard.
I'm just thinking of how much I make, and I'm like, yeah, even I'm like,
Yeah.
I work 2 jobs, and it's still like,
Yeah, I bet that's a huge part of it for a lot of those authors that are supporting, that are doing it
they have
full
supportive.
time. A lot of them have extra support, I'm sure,
Yeah,
because I mean, it's all on you. So it's not like you've got this job with insurance that's paying for everything. You have to go private for that. And yeah, it's
oh man,
a messy thing, I'm sure.
yeah. I
So
can't even imagine what it's like in the U.S. because at least in Canada, you just get like regular health care.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mhm. That is a whole extra layer
Healthcare.
as far
Yeah,
as
I mean, you don't have
finances.
insurance. You got to get your privatized insurance situation unless you just pay everything out of pocket, which is still really expensive. But like,
Oh my gosh, yes.
the idea of going to a hospital and then suddenly having to pay like your entire kidney, like,
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh man. I
Terrible.
totally understand why some people avoid going at all costs unless it's a true emergency.
Yeah.
Woo, it can get pricey.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
My uncle is a nurse in Texas, so he's got stories.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
And he works for a private hospital too, because that's a thing, which
Mm-hmm.
is ridiculous. But
Yeah, really strange concept, but
yeah,
they exist.
I don't. Yeah, you just pay more money.
Yeah.
It's just money. That's all it is. Capitalism.
Yeah.
Um,
But
I'm
I would
currently
love to be
reading.
writing full time someday.
Oh my god,
Someday.
that's the dream and the
Isn't
goal.
it? It's
I just have
everyone's
to
dream, right?
marry rich. That's what I got to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm currently reading these two among many others because I read 8,000 things. But I'm reading Bindle Punk Bruja. Every time I go to say this, I stutter. By Desideria Mesa, and it was released in September, I believe. But it is a like golden 20s boardwalk empire meets the vanishing half with like earth magic based on Mexican folklore. So far it's very fun. There's like mob men trying to get this woman to like, do their bidding, and it's fun. And then I just started this one today because I'm reading a bunch of thrillers this weekend.
Yeah.
Thriller horror-y stuff. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. This is very dark academia, a little bit like A Secret History, but I couldn't get through A Secret History. It was so boring. But
Man.
this one's not too bad. This one's not too bad so far.
It's definitely the season for that.
It is, which is
I
why
love it.
I decided to do that this weekend. All right. What are you working on this lovely stream?
Oh my gosh. So I'm super excited because I'm still working on book 2 of the Guardians of the Six Gate series. So I'm working on that. I'm at the very end of it. I think I have all of like maybe 3 scenes left to write. So
That's so
there is
exciting.
a good chance that I at least get really close to finishing it in the stream. I think it would be so much fun to finish the whole draft during this live stream. That would be so cool. So that's
I
what
bet you can do it.
I'm hoping for. I
I
have
bet you
everything
can do it.
planned out from this point. So every time I sit down to write, it just like explodes out of me. So
Oh, that's so exciting. I love that feeling.
yeah.
The feeling of getting right near the end. Every project that I've done, the last like 10,000 word stretch, I can get out in like a day and a half.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for. I think it'd be so cool to be able to finish it today. I set a deadline for myself for tomorrow. So tomorrow is my day to finish the book. But if I finish early, that would be great too, because I could go ahead and move on to some of my other projects that I need to wrap up, like publishing timeline things. So that would be great. That's what I'm working on. What are you working on today?
I don't really have. Sorry, I just got an email from work because apparently nobody shuts their computer off on Saturdays.
Oh man, I feel that.
I have nothing that I'm fast drafting because I finished the second draft of a second story at the beginning of the month, and that's with a couple beta readers. And I'm expecting feedback back in about 9 days. So I hope I get feedback. None of them have actually started reading it though,
Oh,
because it's through
no.
Google Docs, right? So if they're reading
Mhm.
it and like making comments, I can
You
see
can
where
see
they
that.
are.
Yeah.
I think one of them has made a comment in like the first couple of chapters. So I'm like, okay, well, at least she started.
Ooh.
She started. She's made comments on like how much she loves the two boys automatically. And I'm like,
Oh
that's
my
all I
gosh.
want. That's
There
all
you
I need.
go. Yeah.
This is amazing. So that's kind of off my plate right now. I could do close edits on it because I have it printed out. And I was like going through the first page with a pen and whatever. But I also have the next one, which is what I'm going to be writing for Nano, that I want to actually plan out. So I have a little bit of it planned out because I was like brainstorming it the other day. And so I think that'll probably be what I do, is just try to brainstorm the.
Yeah, I need to do that. So that's why I'm hoping I can go ahead and finish this draft today, because I decided I'm going to go ahead and at least participate and just to see how it goes next month. So I'll be writing on book 3 next month, but I haven't done a whole lot of prep for that yet. So I really need to do that.
I mean, it's the 15th of October. You do have some time. Yeah. There have been previous years, and even when I was decided to do that stupid challenge, which I'm going to be doing again with this book. I'm going to do Extreme Nano next month.
No.
Because I like to torture myself. when I did that, when I decided to do that, I was like, I'm going to do this in 2 days from now.
Oh, man.
So I plotted the entirety of a second story in like 2 days.
Ooh.
I had like the trajectory in my head, and I had written down like a basic summary of what was going to happen. So I just needed to go in depth and like plan out scene by scene kind of a thing. So I got to do that with this one.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take me too long to plan out because it is the last book. So everything before it had to go a certain way to line up to like come together at the end. So I think once I plot it, it probably will only take me 1 or 2 days, like you said. So
it's get all those brainstorm bits down.
It just feels like it's coming so quick. Oh my gosh.
It's the third one. Everything has to wrap up nicely.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
and we're already halfway into October. That's crazy.
I don't know where this year has gone. We've already gotten snow. Like, it didn't stick, but it snowed. And it snowed like all day.
Yeah, I saw that you posted that. We're still, like, today I think it's supposed to be like 75 or 80, and that's been pretty consistent here in Oklahoma. But I have read that we're supposed to get our first freeze this week. So who knows? It's coming this way too.
Proper fall weather. We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we get like a week of fall, and then the weather's like frost and snow. And we're like, no, give us more of the.
That's how we are too. It'll be hot forever. And then somehow, some way, we like a week later it's snowing and everyone's freezing.
Yep.
It's why our roads always fall apart. You can't plan for anything.
Yeah. And nobody knows how to drive. It's like we live in Winnipeg. We have like 6 months of winter, and
oh no.
As soon as the snow falls, it's like everyone forgets how to drive collectively. It's awful. I wish October was like 12 months long.
Oh, me too.
It's a good month.
I love it. October is my favorite. I love Halloween. It is my favorite holiday.
I love that. I think this time of year, like the seasonal depression hits me a little hard.
Yeah.
Even today, I was like in my car and I was like, I need to get home, because if I'm on the road and I'm falling asleep at the wheel, I need to not be on the road anymore. So I came home and I just like snuggled up on my couch. I was like, okay, this is where I need to be. Yes, this is very good. Yeah, it's the only thing that takes it out, because fall is my favorite season.
Oh, me too.
It's the only thing that wrecks it just a little bit. But I think like the lead up to Christmas was always my favorite, because Christmas is just the best.
That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. People seem to be a whole lot nicer around that time of the year too. I think everyone's just looking forward to that. So people are already like, their starting point is a little happier than the rest of the year.
Agreed. God.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's like the end of the year. By the end of the year, I'm just like, I don't want to be human. Don't look at me for 2 weeks. I just need to reset my body, please.
Time off for sure. Yes.
Anyways, should we get into our very first sprint?
Woo, sounds good to me.
Let me grab some dice.
Yes.
I haven't rolled any dice in a hot second because I forgot my dice last weekend when I was at my parents' place. No,
oh, that's right.
weekends ago, I was at my parents' place. Jesus Christ, time goes too fast. Last weekend I was at Lord. Okay. All right, so we can do a 15-minute warm-up sprint or math.
Oh no.
A 21-minute warm-up sprint.
Oh my god.
What would you prefer?
I think I could knock out a lot in the 20 minutes. I don't know about anyone else, what you guys think, but
I think it's just Phoebe right now.
Phoebe? Oh my gosh. What do you think, Phoebe? Okay, 21.
Nice. Okay. Hopefully we'll attract more people as we get going here.
Woo.
But let me share our little tomato timer guy.
Oh my gosh, I love that guy.
So do I. I don't know how I found him, but he's just the sweetest little thing.
Yeah, the little face. He's just cute.
He's got a little smile. Anyways, alrighty. Let's get into this. Let's get some productivity down. Room. Right. Let's sprint. 21 minutes. Woo.
Let's go. All right. Minus, let's see, how many words did I get? 79. I have to do the math here. No one make fun of me. Okay, so I got 418 words in this session. So that's not too bad for the very first one. Oh my goodness. So things are going right on schedule. I'm just at like this big reveal moment in the second book where my main character, Tori, realizes that this person knows exactly who like the bad guy looks like. So I'm right there. So if I had had a couple of minutes longer, I would have written the whole scene. So exciting stuff. How are you guys doing? Okay, Phoebe, I've read about 10 pages. That's pretty good. And you're reading A Far Wilder Magic. Is that good so far? I haven't heard a whole lot about that book. My goodness. Okay, let's see. So I am 275 pages into this book. Okay, so Guardians of the Sixth Gate, which is the first book in this series, it is 335, I think, pages long. So that's about right. And that 335 includes, what does that include? Oh, it includes all of like the back matter. So the About Me, there's a other books by me page where the arena is outlined. And there's also a sneak peek at this book, at the first chapter. So I would say that that's probably about on par, being at 275 pages. I think this book will end up being a little longer than the first one because I can already think of some places where I might add in a couple extra scenes. So it's not so bad. Not bad. But making good progress. Making good progress so far. I do have, in book 2, I introduce a really neat, I really like this character. I introduce a new character that ends up being the main character in a spin-off of the series. So that is super, super fun. I cannot wait to write that series. But I still have a couple, I have like maybe another year before I get to that series. It depends on how quick I move. So this series will have the 3 books in it, and I will I'm going to try to write book 3 for NaNoWriMo. So we'll have to see. Thanks, Phoebe. Really enjoying it. Full of fall vibes with a sprinkle of magic. When you first described this book, A Far Wilder Magic, it sounded exactly like the kind of thing I like to read. I love fantasy. That is my bread and butter. That's mostly what I write. My first published book was science fiction, and Guardians of the Sixth Gate is all fantasy. So much more my style of like my normal book. So that I'm super excited to return to. And fantasy is pretty much the only thing that I read. Well, I guess that's not true. I read contemporary occasionally, but my favorite books always end up being the fantasy books. So I might have to look into that book, A Far Wilder Magic by Allison Seth. to read this copy from the library. I'm going to have to check that one out. Ooh. I wish I had it with me. I am reading, and I always get the title of this book wrong. That's why I keep flipping back to look at it. Oh my gosh. House of Lies and Sorrow by Emily Blackwood. It was one of those books that blew up on TikTok. It's been really fun. It is similar to A Court of Thorns and Roses. So if you like the whole fairy thing, this book fits into that. Basically, the main character, Jade, is betrothed, is like basically sent off to marry the Prince of Shadows. And he's supposed to inherit the throne someday. And it's always said that all of his wives have ended up dead very quickly too. And so she's anticipating that when she gets out there and she survives, and there's like this whole political web of who's trying to kill who. So that's been a really fun book, and I've been able to connect with Emily a little bit online. She's really nice. So if you're on TikTok, you should follow her because she's always posting like writing updates. It's super fun to follow what she's working on.
Jesus Christ, sorry. My parents have the most just perfect timing. They called me as the timer was going off, and I'm like, no,
that's
fuck.
What I got.
I apologize.
That's okay. We were just talking about like fall books and what we were reading, and mostly like fantasy, because that's a lot of what I read, and I know that's a lot of what you read.
Hell yeah.
It's the best. There's like I mean, they say that like most people read as a kind of escape, to escape from your real life. There is no better escape than into some kind of fantasy world where people have magic. There's nothing more different than what we currently live.
Exactly. It's like, refreshing. I just want to read something with dragons.
Yeah, right? Yes. Oh my gosh. Dragons,
cozy world, all that good stuff. Anyways, how did your sprint go?
My sprint was good. I had to do the math. Oh my gosh. I was an English major. I did not study math. So I had to pull out the calculator. I got 418 words in. I'm in a pretty good place. The timer literally went off as I'm writing in. Like, it's the big reveal where Tori, the main character, realizes that this other friend she has is the only one who's seen the bad guy, so he knows exactly who it is. And I was literally typing out the moment where she asks, "Who was it?" And the timer was
so exciting.
Like, no, one more minute, and it would have been on the page.
Amazing. Well, that's the first thing that you know what's going on the page next.
Yes, I am like jittery. I'm so excited to get back to it. To get it out, but it's going super well. I'm
so glad.
How was your sprint?
I got stuck researching a deity, because I have in this book the whole like hook is that, like, I wrote it down somewhere and I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's basically one of my characters is a like artifact thief. She searches out like magical artifacts and stuff. And she gets caught at the beginning of the book, and she's just like, well, shit, I got to run and I got to hide. And the only place I can hide is with my sister in Aramount, which is what brings her to Aramount. And her and her sister have a really taut relationship because of previous dealings with her. But her whole thing is that she stays there for a while. Like, she's like, I'm just going to lay low for a bit, let the steam roll off me. And she ends up being roped into helping with the like fall festival thing. And that's where she meets like the bard, who is going to be like her love interest in the story. And Kier's her point of view is going to be really fun to play with, because Kier is like, her whole thing, she wants to be like a pretty famous like musician and stuff like that, but she's so like stoic and nervous all the time. So it's going to be a good dynamic, because Lottie is like just this charismatic, bubbly person, and then Kier's just like this stoic being who just loves with all her heart. It's going to be great. But like, I got stuck because I've been trying to name this festival. And I'm just like, It needs to be something more than just an autumn festival.
Like the fall festival.
Yeah, because that's just what everybody picks, right?
Yeah, it is. There's
So
a fall festival in book 2 of Guardians of the Sixth Gate, and it's literally the fall festival.
yeah, and I'm like, it works. It's a perfectly good name. Or I could
It
do like the Harvest
describes it
Festival,
all. Oh, that's
or like something
Harvest
like that.
Festival.
And I was just like, but it should be like it should have something to do with something. And I was like, what if it like had something to do with one of the gods in this part of town, which I've based
Ooh,
the
that'd be
godly
cool.
pantheon on just the D&D Forgotten Realms pantheon, which is easy because I could just pull it from there. So I was researching that, and I was trying to find, and I found a deity who works for it, who's like the moon goddess. And I'm just like trying to find if she's got a festival. So that like swallowed 15 minutes of it. And I was like, well,
Oh
damn it. Now I got to
my
think of other
gosh.
things. And I
Yeah.
haven't even gotten any further in like the actual planning of the book, but
Sometimes you need that backstory before you can really move forward, though.
that's true. And I was asking my Google speaker, what the hell, like if the tide is higher at a full moon, because I heard someone on TikTok debunk that theory recently, and I was like, I need to
Oh.
know these facts because they're at the seaside. So
Oh my gosh.
got lost
I
in facts.
swear, if you put a bunch of writers together and you went and played trivia at a bar, the writers would win hands down because there's so
Definitely.
many random tidbits that we know, things you'd never have to put in the story, but like you need to know.
You need a fantasy writer, you need a contemporary writer, you need a historical writer, and you need a sci-fi, and we'd own that shit.
For real. Yes.
Because then you
That'd be
have
a
like
great spread.
all the spread of everything that you've researched.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
my boss, because I'm an editor for a bunch of different magazines that we do for different associations across North America. And so we get everything from like technology to automation to construction to school mags to everything. Right? We got
Man.
food mags and stuff like that. So you learn the stupidest shit. And she's like, yeah, that's always my party trick. I just pull out facts that I learned. And I'm like, Shannon, you're too good, because when I'm editing an article, I do not absorb a thing that the article says. I just read it for grammar. She's like, yeah, you read them enough and it absorbs. And I'm like, osmosis. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but yes, my parents, as soon as the timer was going off, my watch started vibrating and I was like, no.
Oh my
Of
God.
course. June and Dave have the best timing.
June and Dave. Oh man.
That's my parents' names.
Well, that's okay. We had a good chat, Phoebe and I, about books and stuff.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
Read about 10 pages. Enjoying it. Fall vibes. Sprinkle magic.
I'm gonna have to look this book up. It sounds delightful.
I've heard a lot of people talking about this one for specifically like fall books and stuff. Far Wilder Magic. I have read so much YA in my life. I don't usually gravitate towards it anymore, but there are a select few books that do get me. Like what have I recently picked up? Sunbearer Trials by Aiden Thomas. That's about it. That's the one that I've recently been like, ooh, this one sounds good. And I trust Aiden Thomas because I like Cemetery Boys. So
I read a lot of YA, and part of that is because I also write in that genre, so it makes the most sense for me to read that. But also, if I were to like go into a bookstore and just read the blurbs, somehow I always end up picking up the YA books anyway.
The marketing on them is so good.
But it just does.
Yeah. I mean, last night my friend had picked a YA horror novel for our book club pick this month, and because she likes to be very on theme for October. And she was like, I'm going to pick this book. And I was like, okay. And it was Crown in a Cornfield by, I think the audiobook narrator said Adam Caesar, which is not how it's spelled, but okay. And it was batshit. It was a blood bath. It was wild.
Really? Whoa.
Like true slasher. Everybody's dead. Kids are being hunted by this clown, like with a crossbow.
Clown. Oh no.
Yep. And it ended up being like not just the one clown. There was multiple clowns. So it was like one with a crossbow, one with a chainsaw, one with like
Oh,
an
no.
axe and a hatchet. And I'm just like, oh God. And it starts like right away at like 30%. We have 2 murders back to back. And I'm like, okay, let's
Good
go.
Lord. Sheesh.
But yeah, it had the typical like high school clique
Of course. Yeah.
vibe to it. Immediately, I was like, oh, yes, I'm reading a high school novel. Let's go. It just had that vibe. And I was like, oh, good. Yes. Okay.
Sheesh. It sounds a little like Carrie meets It, you
Yes.
know, like true
Yes.
high school drama, and introduce a clown into it.
Yeah. Introduce a clown, introduce a small town that like has bad cell phone service and
Ooh.
just a ton of cornfields and barns and stuff. And like that is a recipe for teenagers who like to rebel, right? So it's just like it was good. It was a lot of issues with it, but like, whoo, the adrenaline high I was coming off of after I finished reading that at 11:30 at night. I was like, let's go. I can see clowns in my blinds. Let's go.
Sheesh. What is that one called?
Clown in a cornfield.
Clown in the Cornfield. Oh no. I might have to look I'm gonna have to look that one up too. I love that Halloween stuff this time of the year.
Yeah.
And I
Very
need
Michael
like
Myers.
a true Halloween read.
Yeah.
That
Very
would be a
Michael
good one.
Myers. Very yeah. It reads like a movie. Does.
Ooh,
Like I
wow.
can see this being a movie kind of a thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna roll for our next sprint. Okay, so we can either do 27 minutes or 34 minutes. I can't do math.
Oh man, I could go. Let's see. I think either of those would work for me. I'm at like the most pivotal point. So as long as I could get the next like sentence on the page, I'm gonna be pretty excited.
Yeah.
um
Phoebe, what do you think? 27 or 34?
Hmm.
I'm good with either.
Yeah.
I like that it's just Phoebe and you and me. This is good.
Cozy up in here.
Yeah, I don't know where everyone else is. Usually there's a ton of people here, but
Yeah. What's
reading
so
my
strange?
first horror at the moment. Last House on Needless Street. Ooh, I've heard good stuff about that one.
Yes.
34? All right, let's do it.
With me.
A nice, solidly long sprint.
Woo.
All right, my friends, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get this sprint on. We'll see you in a half hour. Goodness me. That scared me.
It scares me every time, I swear. Oh my gosh.
So soft though. I was like, oh my god, here we go.
I was watching a writing stream a couple weeks ago, and their timer was like one of those rubber chicken sounds. Oh my gosh. I about peed my pants.
Like, I know like the regular Google timer is like the most grating noise.
That's
what I used to use.
That's also pretty loud.
There's another one, like I've watched a lot of reading sprints and they use like the cat timer so it meows at the end and it is the most shocking sound. Oh god. Yeah, when it went off I was like, I'm not done writing my sentence.
No.
Like, scrawl it.
I'm up to 1,019 words. So
Woo!
Pretty good. Yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm almost down to really just this last scene. Oh, I'm right there.
Yeah. And we've got 2 sprints left.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm super excited.
You're going to do it.
Yes. I just think it'd be so fun to finish it in a live stream and be able to celebrate with people rather than just me sitting in
your
my
office
house
like,
by myself. Yeah, right. Like, woohoo. What am I going to do? Have a dance break or something?
Yeah. Oh my god. It's such a wild feeling to like finish something like that and be like, wow, okay, I'm all alone. Like writing is such a insular, lonely profession.
It can be big time. Yeah.
Goodness me. Phoebe is now on page 111. Incredible.
Wow.
You're in the thick of it.
Man, that's a lot.
Their prep list and no working.
Now working
it is now working on my NaNoWriMo word count tracker in Notion.
Woo,
Very
I need
cool.
to do
I've
that
always like every time I see someone going through Notion on like a video or something, I'm like, how do you? I've tried and I'm like, I don't. Give me a paper planner any day.
Same. Yeah, I track everything on paper. That's what I'm using to track my sprints right now.
Woo.
I've got this gigantic planner.
It's a sexy planner though. That's really pretty.
It's the only way I remember anything is if I physically write it down.
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Yes, your bullet journals.
My bullet journal. I'm thinking of next year doing a regular planner like this because I use this as my planner for like work and everything. And then actually getting another one for my creativity stuff. And doing like
to that point
a book journal situation.
Yeah.
Like not as extreme as most people do book journals, but like that and my writing and my progress and stuff like that. The only thing is these are each like $36 a piece. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
super cool. I like there's just something really nice and satisfying about a nice bullet journal.
Yeah.
I do like that.
I love it. Highway Witchery is waiting for final feedback on their work in progress. So I'm going through and making tiny adjustments. I love it. I have beta feedback coming to me the week of the 24th, I think. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if I'm going to do a full edit with those bits of feedback, because I think whatever I do with it, hopefully it's like everyone's probably like, oh, like maybe like this seed needs work or something. But whatever I get back from it, I'm just going to like close edit by hand and then like kind of implement some of their thoughts if need be before I contact a professional editor, which is exciting. Brought today a book just for this project for my NaNoWriMo project, so I'll be physically writing in there afterwards. Very exciting. I love physically writing and stuff, which is what I've been doing.
Oh yeah. I just made a planner page just for a NaNoWriMo to like track the little things like those word counts. So
yeah,
I'm in the same boat.
I don't think I have enough room in my planner to do so, because whenever I get a new planner, I like with a pencil plot out all of my spreads throughout the year so that I have enough pages for every month when I'm doing things. And I had to redo it a bunch of times because the middle months, July and August, I had to do the weeks like 1 page for a week rather than a 2-page spread for a week. But I don't think I have enough space in my November spread for anything NaNoWriMo themed. No, I don't. If I want to add any, I guess I'll have to add pages with tape, but I've done that before.
Bookmark.
Stick them in there. I'm gonna have to go soon. It's getting late. Thanks for coming, Phoebe. We enjoy your presence.
Oh yeah, it was really fun chatting about what you're reading and everything. That was fun.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to look up that book.
I hope you have a
I wrote
good
it down.
night.
Speaking of writing things down.
Yes.
I made a note.
Just doing it on my laptop so I can copy it. Yeah. Yeah, that's valid. I like having things in multiple places, which is why I track my reading in like 4 different places. 3.
Yes. That's what I do too. I say I have this planner. I also have like 4 different other systems.
Yeah, I got this for my reading. I've got Compile spreadsheet for my reading, and I have Goodreads.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So it's always fun when I read a book because it takes me about 10 minutes to do everything.
Yeah.
Update all the things.
And add it all up and yes.
Yeah. Goodness me. But yeah, I actually got some work done that sprint. And brainstorming different scenes that I can do and like kind of seeing like trajectory of the story to see how things kind of go and like what bigger scenes that I want. So I have like just a general like 2 little text blocks of like, oh, this is where Kier is realizing exactly how much work is being shunted onto them and like how good Lottie is at being managed, like helping manage that. And like Lottie is realizing how attractive Kier is and trying not to get caught up in all like the fall stuff and trying at the same time to get back on her sister's good side and like then trying to think of like little scenes that slot into that. So it's just like the first meeting scene. And then like there's a crafting scene a little bit later where Lottie and her sister are going to have like a little bit of a reminiscing fixing situation that's going to end up falling apart at the end of it because of something that Cece finds. And then there's going to be like stuff like an audition scene because they're running the musical committee for the fair thing. So they're like finding talent for the week. That kind of thing. It's like leading up to the actual festival kind of a thing. And it's a pretty big festival, which is fun. There's going to be like a holy shit. That is a massive bird. I hate that.
Oh my God.
Sorry. There is a crow raven. It's huge.
Oh
it's like this big.
Holy.
Just chilling on my balcony. Oh, I hate that. Leave. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nobody wants you.
Oh man.
That's an omen. Okay.
Oh no. Very Halloween-y. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, that's the noisy one too. That doesn't shut up. Great.
Oh.
Okay. Sometimes there's a few crows that just go off in the morning and they don't stop.
Do you wake up to crows?
Sometimes. Sometimes I wake up to crows. Sometimes I wake up to my neighbor's kids screaming at the top of their lungs in a different language, which is the most annoying thing because they say the same words over and over and over and over again because it's the same sounds, it's the same syllables. I have no idea what they're saying, but it's at like 7:30 in the morning and I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Anyways.
Oh my gosh. I'd be like going to Google Translate. Like, what are they saying? I at least need to know that much.
I need to
Tell
know
me what this is.
God.
Should we be concerned?
Should I be concerned that this
should
kid
I
is
be worried?
throwing a tantrum right now? I think it's just like a situation of either they don't want to go to school or like they're ready to go to school and they're screaming at their mom for something. Like, I don't know. It's the most. It's just the most. God, I think it was yesterday morning. I woke up to a phone call. Someone called me at like 7:15 in the morning. And then I was like, I don't recognize the number. I'm not answering. It's going to be a telemarketer. It's going to be like a spam call because that's all I get. Not even 30 seconds later, they call me back again. And I was like, hello? Who is this? And they're just like, oh, wrong number. I'm like, yeah. And I just hung up.
In the morning too.
Mad.
Oh,
yeah. I bet you if I hadn't answered though, they would have called a third time. I was so mad.
It sounds like it. Oh my gosh. That's so frustrating.
Like, no, it's 7:45 in the morning. Get out of here. Hate it. Anyways, yeah. So I have scenes like that, and we're kind of getting into it. So it's like I have like little scenes like, oh, like Lottie's gonna meet the people at the bar that Kier works with, and like meets Kier's family and that kind of a thing. And there's gonna be, different scenes like that. But yeah, that's what I was doing in mine. Before that bird distracted me.
Oh
Jesus.
my gosh.
Big old bird. I'm going to be working with my character profile for main character. Very fun.
Ooh.
I should probably do that. I need to make like a list of what characters are going to be in this book, because I need to name a couple of them. I've named a few of like the shop keep people previously. I like went down through and I made like a list of like the different shops and restaurants and stuff that were on Federally Place, which is the street that they're on. So I have some names. I just need to make up more for more people. I'm going to be working on Airmount Book 2, which is what I'm currently planning.
And I am working on Guardians of the Sixth Gate Book 3.
So exciting.
Woo! It feels like I have a lot. Man, I do have a lot going on. I'm publishing book 1 today. Hopefully I'm finishing book 2. And then next month writing book 3. That's just wild. That's too many things.
And you also have a full-time job, a family.
Oh my gosh. Some days I think about, when I like sit down and think about that list, I go, how am I doing anything? When do I eat? Yeah. Have I eaten today?
One of those things, like I was talking to my therapist a little while ago, and it's this one thing. I'm like, oh, I feel like I do nothing. Like I feel like my life is so boring. And she's just like, she stopped and she's just like, are you serious? You have 2 jobs. You are an editor and social media manager full-time. You teach piano. You also run social media accounts. You write and you read and you play D&D and you keep up a social life. And I'm like, when you put it that way,
my therapist did that to me this week too. I was telling him like, I'm so stressed out. I don't understand it, because I'm just writing, and I'm just going to work. And he started doing that same thing, listing it all out and all these weird things we had at work. We had extra projects going on that were out of the blue. And I did the same thing. I went, well, I guess I'm doing okay then.
Yeah, I guess I have a lot on my plate. I realize that. And it's always like I don't know how I do all this stuff, and yet I can still find time to just sit on my couch for hours and do nothing.
Right. I think about that too.
Bananas. And I'm just like, and then I think about it and I'm like, what do people do when they don't read? Like people who don't read, what do they do all day?
Yeah, I have no idea. Because if I have free time, that's the first thing I'm doing is I think about like, oh, I could pick up my book right now. That sounds exciting.
Yeah. Oh my God. Or like, even if you just, I don't know, some people just like don't have passions in life. Like their lives are just to work. And I'm like, hey, what do you do in your free time? Like I need to interview someone who does not read. I mean, my parents don't read, but they have like, their lives are work. And then they come home and then they have the cabin and they have the yard. So like they're, retiree.
They've got those things. Yeah.
But
there
like
really are people that don't do anything for the fun of it. I've seen several articles the last couple of years. It's something that's popped up a lot with the younger generation. So like millennials down, there's like this chronic sense of if you do an activity, there's like this push to make it worth it, like monetize that. You like playing golf, you should try becoming professional, or you should give lessons. Like, why can't we just do things because it's fun, right?
Right. And like,
so that's finding that sense in life can be really difficult.
I understand. My best friend in high school, who's like still a friend now, I don't understand her because she's very sporty. I don't know how we became friends because like we're very different from each other. But like I love her to pieces. But back in high school, all she did was sports. She had something going on every day. She was on like 3 different teams and coaching 2 different teams. So that was her entire life. And she had no time to breathe outside of it, right? So I'm like, do people who don't have passions in life just go to the gym for 6 hours a day? Like, what do they do? Because those people aren't just sitting with their thoughts because they don't believe in like, self-actualization and therapy. So, I don't know. She's like turned her passion into like her job and stuff. And she's like super passionate about helping people. So like she has passions, which is probably why we get along. But like, what do you do all day? I'm writing a companion story. I don't know what just happened to the story I wrote for Nana last year. It appeared fully formed in my brain a few weeks after November and has been hanging around since. I love that. That is so fun.
That is really fun.
That's so exciting. Oh, that's so exciting. What is it about? Tell us. Give us a pitch.
Oh, yes.
Right. I'm expecting. Harriet, congratulations!
That's super fun. Oh my gosh. Congrats.
Do you know when of course you know when. When are you due? Do you know when you're due? Jen, of course people know when people are due. Oh Jesus Christ. My brain is not here today. Capitalism. Yes. Yeah. It's turning hobbies into monetized stuff. I think TikTok has really done that as well recently.
I think so too.
Like, no matter what you do, like I keep seeing people like make dice and like sell it and stuff for D&D, which is great. Good for them. Like every single dice set is at least $100, which is like out of my price range, which is probably good because then I won't buy it. But it's so pretty. So I want it. So I see that, and then I see people with like crocheting stuff or like cross-stitching stuff, and I'm just like, everyone who does that, or like just art or whatever, they turn it into a business.
It is, but a lot of people, I think a lot of people stress themselves out trying to do the whole side hustle thing.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Life. Hello, Daya. Welcome to the lurk. 11th of March?
Ooh, March.
That's so soon. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. That's so exciting. It's a career medieval low fantasy. Hell yeah. That's my bread and butter.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
That's my shit. That's literally what a second story is. And book 2 is.
Yes.
I
like the medieval vibes in fantasy. I love that.
I'm like, I don't actually know if it's set in medieval times because it was one of my first beta reader, Kat, who's been my beta reader forever. She like commented on my on one of the moments that I had in a second story on the first draft, and was like, "Are there garbage bins in like Renaissance era? Were there garbage bins?" And I had to like sit for like 5 minutes and be like, "Oh my God." So I changed it where he just throws because it was a fruit peel.
Tosses it.
So he tosses it to a nearby dog instead, which is fine. Because then I Googled and I was like, oh God, can dogs have mango? They can have mango.
Oh no. That's, that is one of the frustrating things about writing fantasy is making sure that it makes sense if it's even alluding to some kind of time period. Would this really happen? Because you can't just magic everything. But
moment in here where I was just like, I was thinking about like the crafting session, and I'm like, they would be crafting instead of with like plastic leaves. It would be like actual leaves. But also, how would they glue things together? Would they have hot glue guns? No.
It's those little logistics that you could like think on forever.
Yeah. Glue has been around forever. And the two girls who are doing the crafting are Earth Ganassies. So they are like tree people.
That's so cool.
So I think I'm going to use something with their like sap or some shit. I don't know.
That'd be clever.
Yeah. It'll be one of those things where like they're trying to figure out how to stick things together, and then one of the sisters will be like, sap.
Oh no.
I don't know. It'll be
I think that'd be kind of cute.
Yeah.
It's a little comedic relief there too. That's fun.
Yeah. Because Lottie, my main character, Lottie, she's like super like has so many walls up, but is like the charismatic, flirts with everybody, kind of seeks danger and like the thing that she shouldn't be seeking, and she seeks distraction because she's just so deeply like terrified of everything on the inside. So she's just like, it's going to be a good scene between two sisters who know each other extremely well, but have also been through some shit recently.
Oh yeah.
The one I'm doing for now, I tried a couple years ago and scrapped it. Now I'm totally replanning it. Ooh, you don't have any of your original notes. What happened? Did your computer die?
Oh
It's
no,
so
that's like
terrifying.
my worst fear.
Yeah, I
My
had
worst fear.
when was it? I think it was one of the summers between one of my years in university, or was it right after? No, it was in between third and fourth year of uni. I was working on Project Dark at the time, which is one of my old stories that I've shelved. And I was sitting at the dining room table, and my mom was sleeping in the sunroom. My dad was sleeping on the living room couch. There was something on TV. I was watching Harry Potter. Everything crashed, and my computer wouldn't turn on.
Oh
And it was
no.
like it said like it couldn't find a hard drive. So like a wire had come undone in my computer. And the way I immediately just like freaked out. I was like, Dad, I don't know what to do. Because it was like all my uni notes, all my story notes, everything. And I
Ugh.
hadn't, up until that point, I think I had been emailing myself the chapters every time I finished them because I worked in a different system at the time.
Oh, I used
But
to
I
do that.
hadn't for
Yeah.
the last like 10,000 words or something. I was shitting myself,
Oh my
truly.
gosh.
They
That
fixed.
happened to me my senior. This was in so my senior year of college. I was set to graduate in May, and it was like the beginning of May. I was submitting my final English essays, and I was painting my nails, and I spilled nail polish on my computer. So my computer died, and I had been writing, like finishing the final essay for my class.
Oh my
Like
God,
that was the whole grade of the class,
the
and I had
terror.
all of my book stuff on there. I had like a full mental breakdown. I
Oh
really
yeah,
did.
100%.
So I
Yes.
got a new laptop, and somehow, because the whole screen was just like gone, there was
Oh my
nothing I could
God,
do, but I could turn it on.
autosave. Yeah.
Somehow, I figured out that on Mac, you can do like a transfer everything,
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
go, like transfer file. And I
Mhm.
somehow was able to do that without seeing much of the screen. And I saved it all.
Oh my God. The
Oh, and ever
panic,
since I've been terrified,
the
terrified of a repeat.
pure panic. One thing I really like about working
Yes.
with Scrivener is that Scrivener itself has like the main thing, and then it has like a
Mhm.
saved document as well. Like it has
I
two
love
spots
that.
where it's saved, which I
Mhm.
really, really love. I just wish there was something you could do where you could like connect your Scrivener files if you have it on your like iPad and your computer, but you can't. You have
Mm.
to buy it again on your iPad,
Oh,
kind of a
really?
thing. Yeah, it's annoying.
Oh.
But
Hmm.
I wish you could do that so you could like transfer your files somehow. And there's
That would
also
be nice.
iCloud, which has everything saved. But
Mhm.
oh, the terror in which I can
Oh,
feel that. I can feel that terror because
it's
especially when you're like
horrifying.
in your last year of uni, your
Yes.
mental health is
High
totally done.
stakes.
Literally the last straw is your computer dying
No.
on you.
Oh my gosh. That was horrible.
Lord. Okay. I have my little town of medieval world. The only thing I cannot figure out is the name of the major continent that all
Huh.
this stuff takes place on. The I feel that. I love naming things. Naming things is my favorite. But the amount of times that I have gone through places in my map that I have, which is,
Mhm.
you know, an actual like map that I've done, then it needs to be redone. It's like really old version of it. But it's I keep forgetting what like the continent is named that everything is set on for like my D&D campaigns and for the story and everything, and I'm just like I don't remember what it's called. I remember everything else, but I don't remember what it's called. And
Oh my
it's like
gosh.
the whole realm is called it's one of those things that I because like all these fantasy realms have names that you read every day.
Mhm.
You can go in and look at their maps and stuff, they have names. But the naming your own hard as shit. It took me like a month to pin down a name
Oh, yeah.
for the
Mhm.
continent or for the realm as a whole. And then the continent, I just was like, we're just gonna call it Ravarin. That works. Nice. Let's run. Anyways, let's roll for our third sprint. I realize we've been chatting forever.
Oh my gosh. It's been so nice though.
Yes.
Like you said, it can feel real lonely. So it's nice to have somebody else to work
It's
with.
quite nice.
Okay. Am I buffering? Or is Jen? It could be me.
I swear to God. Oh, it's me. It's 100% my Wi-Fi. Yep.
Okay, I wasn't for sure. You never know. It's hard to tell.
Stupid
Okay,
Wi-Fi. Sorry.
you're good now, though.
I'm back. I just started
Oh, no.
yelling at my computer. I don't know if you could hear me.
I was just talking into the chat like, who is it, guys? So they're all like, oh, no.
It's Jen. Because Jen's Wi-Fi hates her.
Oh, no.
It performs crimes on the daily. Okay, so we can either do 25 minutes or 33 minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
Math!
Right. 25 or 33.
I swear to God. Internet is out to kill me.
I could do 33.
Yeah, I'm down for either.
Harriet says 33. I know we've been at it a while because we keep getting off track, like on tangents.
This is very
So
true.
we're getting a little long. So I could see if somebody didn't want to go that long, but I think 33 is good. I'm so close. I just want to finish this book. Oh.
You're going to do it. This next sprint, you're going to do it 100%. 100%.
I'll be really close anyway. I think I might need that fourth one, but I'm going to be super close. It's all just like flowing now.
Whatever fourth one we do will probably be a little bit shorter than 30 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I have my friend's birthday party to go to later, so I got a shower.
That's fun. Definitely don't want to keep you from that.
No, and it's fine. I don't. It's whatever. I have a car, so it's not going to take me very long to get there. But 2 votes for 33, and it's at 6 for me, and it's currently 3:30, so we're fine.
We've got some time.
So
33 it is. Oh boy.
33 it is. All right. Let's do her. Let's get this done.
Woo!
Let's do some sprinting. Third sprint. Let's go. My goodness me.
All right. So I got to the end of a chapter. So
Hey.
One last scene.
One last scene.
The big thing. And then I'm done. So I mean, I know I keep saying that every time we get at the end of one of these sprints. I keep saying I'm so close, but I really am at the very last of the last scene. So I should be just about done. I don't know that I'm gonna hit it in this live stream though, but I'm gonna be pretty dang close. Oh,
you're so close though.
I know. I feel like I need to have another live stream just to finish
just to get it done. How long do you think this last one's gonna be?
I think if I had maybe another hour and a half, I think I'd be done. Yeah.
That tracks. Yeah. Those last chapters, oftentimes my last chapters are really, really short, like the last scene.
Yeah, mine go quick.
Yeah, the closing image, if you will.
Right. Yeah, that's always the part of the book I know the best. So
yeah, and you want that before you start writing, because otherwise,
for sure. You want to know where you're ending, where you're headed. That's big time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's exciting. Hopefully, you can at least get partway there in the next one.
I think I can get into that scene. I just don't think I'll be able to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll just have to wrap it up afterwards. That's all.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
So how far did you get? Where are you?
I've gotten pretty good. I don't have like a solid, thorough, like this happens, like all the way down. It's more of just like kind of random scenes that I want and like kind of trying to figuring it out, and other things that kind of have to come back in. But I'm just about to hit I've just written down like the final like big moment of like Lottie is at where she's not supposed to be, kind of a thing. Like she wasn't expected to be at the final performance for Kier, and like she's there, and then there's this moment of like they're swept up in the celebration of the festival, and then they kiss for the first time, and it's this like, you know, that whole moment of like the slow burn finally coming to fruition. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and it's like a Lottie being like, "Why don't you just come with me?" because she's about to leave, kind of a thing. And like Kier's been tossing it around for a bit, being like, because they're a bard and they want to go on like tour and like actually become a name for themselves and stuff like that. So Lottie's like, "You should come with me, please." So yeah, that'll be fun. It's exciting. I think after this, I'm going to just start like making a master list of all the characters that I need to juggle. Because it's going to be a lot.
Yeah. It really is like a juggling. Yeah, it really is just juggling.
Yeah. Yeah. Finding so many continuity errors going back over this was a good idea. Oh God, whenever I find little things like that, where I have to remember something that like keeps coming back, I always have to write it down somewhere, just so that I have like a master list of like, this is what I've said it is. Do not forget, because there's a lot of little things like that, especially in fantasy.
Oh, especially in fantasy.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I write some of those big moments or things I need to remember, like a couple scenes ahead, I make a note at the bottom of my draft. So it's like a running total right at the bottom. Yeah. So when I get to that point, I just delete it off. That's helpful, rather than trying to go and find my notes and put it in the right place. And because I don't always refer back to that when I am in the middle of writing. So that seems to help me a little bit.
I have like a master list of stuff about the world. I have just brainstorming and bits that are just in there, which is wild. But I've also realized that now through Project Dragon and then Project Second Story, I have more things that are starting to just be outside of that master list. I'm like, oh God, where is everything? I don't know. It's all in the same world. So, Lord. Uh,
Oh,
and the
oh.
wedding take place on a very important day, and a few paragraphs later, change the date of the wedding without realizing. Yes. I can see that. That would be an issue. Timeline stuff is so wild. That's one of the things that I was like, okay, I need to actually figure out how many weeks this goes over for this one, especially because it's like planning.
What season are we in? Making sure that season looks the same. Yes.
Yes.
I've done that too. Yes.
Planning of the festival, and then the actual festival is going to be about like 10 days long, kind of a thing. So it's like, I got to map it. I got to map it out in my brain. But yeah, goodness me. That's a lot of writing that I've done for this one. More so than I did for second story.
Huh.
That's because I did a second story was like, one morning I woke up and I was like, I have an idea. And then I wrote it all down in just one fell swoop.
Oh my gosh.
And afterwards I went back in and like added individual scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But this one I'm being more brainstormy at the same time. So it's a lot of writing. My hand hurts.
Oh, I bet. If you're doing it all by hand, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. All by hand. It's all in a small notebook.
Oh gosh.
So much of it. Goodness me.
Been a long stream. It's been really fun though. Gosh, I've gotten a lot of stuff done today.
It has been a long stream. Are we ready for our last and final sprint?
I'm ready. See how far I get.
Oh my god, I rolled a 14, a 17, and an 18. So which one would you like to do?
Ooh, 14, 17, and 18?
Yeah. Or we can add them together.
I'm kind of feeling maybe that low number, maybe the 14.
14?
I think I could, yeah.
Just to kind of give us a nice little wrap up of the stream.
I think so, yeah.
A little bit of a cool down. I could jive with that. Pomodoro. Bring our little tomato guy back. Yeah, I like the idea of a 14-minute just to wrap us up because we had two really long ones in the middle there.
Yeah, we did. They were pretty long.
They were quite long.
Very productive, but long.
Truly. How many words are you at today for the stream so far?
Oh my gosh. Total? 1,536.
Woohoo!
Pretty good.
That's a delicious number. Maybe you'll break 2,000 in this one.
I would love that. That would be great. That's pretty normal for me. About 2,000 every time I sit down to write. That's pretty good.
Nice. All right. Let's get into it. We'll just wrap up this lovely stream with one final sprint.
Woo!
And we'll chat at the end of it. Wonderful.
Sounds good to me.
Sprint. Okay. How do we feel?
Gosh. Feeling good. I have a light right above me and it keeps flickering. Oh my gosh. Really setting the mood
It's so
here.
annoying though.
Yes, it is. Okay, I got
For your
tally up.
brain. Tally it
See
all up.
where I finished.
I started writing my character list, which is fun. Because now I'm naming like family members.
Oh my gosh.
I just have like a list of names, fantasy orc names, because Karandir is a half orc, so her brothers are getting fun names like Karuto and
Ooh,
Morbum.
those
So,
are fun.
yeah, they're gonna go by Car and Morg, I think, because I always shorten everything.
I
That's
think
just
that's
my thing.
yeah, that's kind of cute. That's
Car and
good.
Morg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was trying to think, I'm like, would it be fitting to have 3 brothers or 2 brothers and their dad? Like I'm trying to like balance it. I don't know. I don't know if 3 or 2 is better, but who knows?
Yeah. 3 is more to keep track of. That's the only thing I can think of. Like, yeah, you have big families that can be
Yeah,
hard to keep track of in a story and make them all relevant, especially if they're not all relevant.
exactly. I mean, they are relevant. They
Yeah.
do have a couple scenes together, but I also need a elf name. I just realized. Give me an elf. Give me a good elf name.
Oh no.
Jenner.
I'm the worst. I have such a hard time naming things.
That one works. We'll do with Eric.
I liked that little.
Oh yeah,
I
I do that all the
do
time.
that too.
It's like
So I finished at 1,784 words. So that's what I've been able to
Ooh.
get since we've sat down.
Heck yeah.
That's pretty good. And I've set up everything for that last scene. So I'm
Amazing.
trying not to, if I dive into it, I know that the whole evening's gone. I'll be be writing off into the sunset, but I'm in a pretty good place as far as us wrapping things up.
I
So
bet you could
it's
finish
been
today
fun.
if you really wanted to.
If I really wanted to sit down, I could. And I don't know if I'll have the time to. It kind
Yeah,
of
it's getting
depends
around dinner,
because,
right?
yeah, it's getting around dinner time. Toddler's probably wanting some attention.
Probably.
So, yeah.
Well, this has been lovely. Look at that
Productivity.
productivity.
Super nice. It's fun having, because I'm always on the other side of this. I'm always in the chat.
Yeah.
But it's kind of fun to interact a little differently. It's
Yeah,
fun.
and actually, it's nice to have actually someone to talk to rather than waiting for comments to come into the chat.
Yeah, I know from the couple that I did, when you do live streams, it really does sometimes feel like just talking into empty space.
Oh yeah,
And
which
you're
like
the
I'm
one
used
carrying
to.
the conversation, and I'm
I'm
not
used to it.
very good at that.
Because like that's what we do when with YouTube videos, you just talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. I'll just chat with myself for 2 hours. But I remember when I first started doing live streams, anytime I didn't have like anyone show up to the live stream, or like
That's
it was
really
like one
weird.
or 2 people who like kind
Mhm.
of faded out, I felt so bad. I was like, oh, why isn't anyone in my live stream?
I definitely had that. So that's why that's part of the reason I don't really do live streams anymore. I really like these writing sprint live streams, but why do one myself when I can join somebody else's? So
Exactly.
that's why I haven't done them in a while, because I'm usually in yours.
Yeah. I have I don't know what it is. I like doing it every Saturday, just like clockwork. It gives me a reason to write at least once a week.
Yes,
Especially
that's what I
when,
like about it. It's an accountability thing. And I write, because of the working full time and my schedule, I write every Saturday and Sunday. So it's really nice to have that actually, especially to have somebody to do it with. You feel like you're in kind of a community. So it's nice to have that to go with.
Previously I found that like sprints are the only thing that keep me going.
That's super, they're very helpful.
They are. But yeah, it's fun. And I know I started doing it because I was like, the watch hour aspect of it, like for
Yeah,
YouTube algorithm and stuff really
true.
kicks in, because it's like that's a lot of hours. That's like this has been a 3-hour stream, and like
Yeah.
people will come back and watch it, and it'll add so many hours to my watch hour list, which is always fun. But besides that, it's nice to, have that weekly writing thing, especially when I don't have like a lot of creativity going on.
Mhm.
Just having that one day a week to carve it out, and it's fun to sit and chat with people.
Oh, for sure.
But
I agree.
speaking of, next weekend, this goes for all of you watching as well. I have I am going to be doing a stream, but not on my channel. I'm going to be doing
Ooh.
I'm participating in the like worldwide write-a-thon thing that goes around.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm going to be on RK. Oh, I don't remember her last name. It's really long. She's sometimes in the chat. She invited me to her stream, which I'll be sharing beforehand. I'll
That's
be in that. It's gonna be a long stream. I looked at it, and it's like 4 hours long, so that's gonna be fun because I don't have anything like actively that I'm working on. So that might be an issue, but who knows? I'll join and it'll be fun. But
That sounds like fun. I'm gonna have to make sure that I look for that. Go and look
yeah,
for
because
that
I think
on
it's at the
Saturday.
same time as this one usually is. Let me check.
Yeah,
Let
that'd
me
be fun.
check. On the 22nd.
I definitely miss
it's at
it. The
3.
couple weekends where you don't have streams. I'm always like, what do I have to do while I write? What do I do in between?
Just watch an old one, I guess.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay.
So maybe it's only 3 hours. 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 hours. Which is like that's how long we've written for today. So it should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll be doing next weekend instead of a stream on my channel. So still gonna be here, still gonna be writing on the internet, but anyways, I gotta go get ready. You gotta go take care of your child.
I guess so. I probably should.
Yeah, just give him a pat on the head.
Oh no.
Thank you so much for joining me. This has been
Yeah, well,
lovely.
thanks for having me. This has been fun.
And thank you all to
Yeah.
hanging out in my stream.
Woo.
We'll see you in another one. Bye.
Bye.